Clone that's doing well, like, don't ignore it. Fuck YouTube. You know why? Because we're all fucked ourselves with DistroKid or whatever we use. We fucked ourselves on. We're all fucking stamped. So all their automated systems make a lot of things very complicated on YouTube. After this is done, my video is going to be demonetized and blocked in certain regions if they detect your music, but probably will because of the Jack Jones, whatever that fucking name. Him. His music is going to get detected and I'm going to get shut down. And lately they've been blocking. Not just, they've been blocking, which is new. They used to just kind of take your money. Now they're shutting shit down. So that'll be after. They're cool with this live because I barely touched music. It took a lot of music. Facebook is shutting down lives very quick. And this is all related to EU copyright laws. But Twitch is about live. It really isn't about the video on demand. So they just mute your shit after. They don't give a fuck. And you still get to keep your ads. So it's really about the live experience, right? So, yo, if you're following copyright law, which if you're a fucking artist and you're not following Europeans' copyright law and you're yelling at Facebook for shit the EU's extorting them into doing, it's like, come on, guys. Are you really taking your shit seriously? Do you even know about copyright law? Yo, it took me about 2 hours of YouTube videos to start to scratch the surface of going, oh, fuck, I really don't get it, but I get it enough. Like, I didn't know that. Here's an example. Like the songwriting side, I didn't know that my beat maker always gets 50%. That's just the law. So I'm like, oh shit. Oh wow, that's interesting. Always gets 50% of the, not the masters, not the what other side, but the songwriting credit.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't sell that shit. That's unsellable. Whoever wrote it will always get that.
The publishing, the producer gets half of it, the writer gets the other half. That's just automatic, and unless obviously you make a contract that says otherwise or you whatever. But yeah, that's automatic for sure. It's half.
And like, I don't think everybody knows that. But then there's also one that's songwriting and one that's publishing, and they're two separate ones. And then there's a full other one for broadcasting and a whole group of things put together. And then there's a whole bunch of, the way radio does it is wonky. There's a pool that all the money gets thrown into, and then it gets distributed down based on how many plays shit actually fucking get. So like, do you guys, like, it's like how can you make a calculated decision about where the future is going if you're not looking at the past and the present? And then, because people sometimes go like, how the fuck do you know things? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm fucking curious, dude. I just fucking talk to everybody and I like being wrong. I don't like it, but I like being wrong because then I learn some shit. Like, yo, Blaka basically told me I was a fucking idiot for my thoughts on Sony and he put me in my place. And I was like, fair enough. And on camera, I had to change my mind because his argument was too good. And now I'm not going to shit on Sony anymore. I get it. They're okay not being first. And I'm like, oh, shit. That's because, Sony's going to, I was like, how are they going to compete? And they're like, you'll watch. This was going to happen. Facebook drops their VRs. Everybody drops their VRs. They go and watch everybody else do it. And then they drop their VR. And then Sony's the kind of company that has the kind of clout that they can ride out whatever. Because, Sony makes real money. Not from video games. They make real money. They make like R&D for like fucking big shit money. Like in video games is kind of just like a huge chunk of cash for them. But they like, if the entirety of the PlayStation died, Sony would be like, okay, it's fine.
Actually, you're making me think of McDonald's. McDonald's invests millions and millions and millions of dollars every year in market analysis and choosing the perfect location to put each restaurant. Burger King, Wendy's, Harvey's spend $0 on it. What do? They wait for McDonald's to put up a restaurant and they put one up across the street. They don't have to spend any money on it. So when you're talking about Tony, that made me think of that.
I'm glad you shared that. I didn't know that. I knew about McDonald's because you know how McDonald's makes money? Because McDonald's is like, it's real estate. Because 90% of their shit's franchised, right? So they make money buying hot pieces of land. Like, check that McDonald's on Saint Jacques, near the Canadian Tire by the 20 there. It's fucking a hot location. They've had that land fucking for how long? Imagine they put down $10K once upon a time. That shit's probably like a multi-million-dollar location.
But you know how many millions of dollars they lost when the highway got closed off because of the redoing the Turcotte interchange. Their traffic just died because you couldn't go there anymore. Basically, like it was a stream. Like Saint Jacques obviously is popping and it leads you to the highway, so everybody's going and they'll stop there. But once they close that entry off and to redo it, where they
So I gotta
lost.
actually wonder, because the hospital opened, which made the land double.
Yeah. Oh, in the long run, now they're going to make more, and obviously now it's open back up, so it's good. But for those, and right when it closed down, the hospital wasn't open yet, and then the highway closed. Well, all of a sudden they went from like making $1 million a week to making like nothing, bro. And I know somebody that worked there, and the owners were just shitting their pants, bro, because it just went from the hottest location to just shit. And it was just because of like whatever, it's a technicality, and in the long run, it's always going to pay. But
I mean, like from the McDonald's perspective, right? Because the franchisee is
yeah,
the person who's
McDonald's got
McDonald's
paid.
and they have to pay McDonald's rent too, right? So
Exactly.
McDonald's is like, you got to open it here, and we're gonna charge you this much for rent. McDonald's is a pimp.
Oh yeah, for sure.